Yesterday, upon the stairs, I met a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. How I wish he'd go away. Prepare your ears for some weird candy.
Hey, what's up, my fellow weirdos? You fucking beautiful purveyors of the strange and unknown. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope the butthole of the work week isn't kicking you too hard. My name is Chris, and with me, as always, is Chuck. What's up, Chuck?
What's up, weirdos? Whoa!
It's Chuck!
Hey, weirdos!
I don't know why I get such a kick out of that.
Hope you're doing good out there.
Oh, yeah. I hope everybody had a great holiday season. You know, everything's over. The government's been over. Oh, wait, no. We're not going to get into that. Yeah, sorry.
That's not what we're talking about.
It just seemed like that was a cheap shot. All right, my bad. Moving on. So how's the week been treating you, buddy?
Oh, it's pretty good. You know what, man? I just started a new band.
Yo, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? What's it called?
The Five Lizard Man Jam Band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it progressive rock?
It's hard to explain. It's
kind of like ELO meets what's that? The
grunge
Alan
funk,
fucking whatever.
Alan Parsons Project.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like techno future.
Ask your parents.
Funk. Hey, we got a gig coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are you guys playing?
At the Ugly Tuna Saloona.
Oh my God, it's my favorite fucking bar ever.
I know, right?
Oh man, I heard they're going to open a branch in Pascagoula.
Oh,
Alabama.
really?
Yes,
That's good.
I heard that.
Yeah, maybe I'll get a gig there. That'll be awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys got it going on, man.
Yeah, Lizard Man's on the drums.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are the beats pretty upbeat, like pretty jamming, like driving?
He loses tempo, every once in a while and gets off time. We were playing a song in 4/4 time, and then suddenly he's in like 7/16 or some bullshit.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Yeah, I mean a little different.
It's like Tool or some crap. There's no time signature here.
You have lost control. Hell yeah, brother!
Yeah.
So, anything else been going on?
Some random family crap, like my daughter's been cleaning her room,
Sure.
Puts her hamper out in the hallway.
Sure.
Cat gets in there and cat shat in the hamper.
The cat shat.
Is
that like Cat in the Shat?
Cat shat, like
Are you
William
running a
Shatner?
Are you running a new Dr. Seuss William Shatner crossover?
Yeah.
That's the name of my indie funk band.
It's good. You want to open for us?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Maybe we could.
It's nothing but ukulele and xylophone.
Hey, yeah.
No lyrics.
Cool.
No lyrics.
I didn't know you played the xylophone.
I don't. That's what makes it so good.
The beauty of it.
As a matter of fact, our first song is called "I Can't Play the Xylophone." It's pretty awesome. You should check it out.
Cool.
Anyway, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Weird Candy Podcast at facebook.com. Drop us an email. Maybe you got a fucking, something you think was super strange we need to talk about.
I'd love to hear more of these stories. In fact, just the
personal
other day,
stories. Oh my God, come on.
I talked to somebody who had a personal story. If we can compile a whole bunch more of these,
right,
we would love to do, a listener's story.
And when we say like personal stories, I prefer if you guys would quit sending me dick pics. I appreciate it. I mean, the human penis is fine, and that's great. But come on, let's get back on the topic at hand.
You get a lot of listener dick pics.
Maybe. Are you jealous? What the fuck's going on?
I don't get any.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. You feeling a little left out, buddy?
I guess maybe I'm not the popular one, at least among that crowd.
I did hear a rumor that some random fan in some random city in some random state said that I was awesome.
Yeah.
I read that somewhere.
Yeah, I did too. That was on...
Oh, it's probably on our dry erase board that we have here in the studio. But anyway, hey, I may have or allegedly wrote it myself, but I mean, fuck, who cares, right? Fan mail,
you're
fan
a
mail.
listener.
That's right. God damn it, I am a fan.
An Edison fan.
Oh, throwback.
Yeah. How many throwbacks can we get in this intro?
I'm hoping we can get 19.
Cool.
No, that's not going to happen. Anyway, you got anything else, brother?
No, not really.
All right, man.
All right, Skippy. That's another throwback right there for you.
Oh my God, you're like a dyslexic turtle. Oh, fuck it, guys. Let's get weird.
Let's get weird.
I think that it's absolutely accurate to say that there is a large portion of the population that believes that their personal subject of worship can and does predict events that are going to happen. Apparently, one of the perks of being a savior is the ability to see the future. Odd thing about this is that they never, ever just come right out and tell those folks that worship them what is going to happen and the best ways that they can avoid the fallout. Basically, they know the future, but they only convey their wisdom to us mere fucking mortals in the most vague terms possible.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah?
Are we talking about Nostradamus this week? I thought it was a different subject altogether, but this sounds like Nostradamus.
In your Damus. Wait, no.
Okay, moving along.
Over the course of a little more than a year during the late 1960s, the same kind of phenomenon occurred in a small West Virginia town called Point Pleasant. What started with a handful of supposed sightings would eventually turn into a full-blown media frenzy. Personally, I like to think that if there is some kind of an all-knowing, quote, being, maybe they wouldn't go around acting like everything in the fucking universe is some kind of stupid fucking riddle or enigma or something, that if we can't solve it, then we don't deserve to understand and ultimately avoid all of these disasters that they were trying to warn us of.
Yeah, why is it that those sort of things always are like riddles?
Exactly.
Or some kind of problem
it's some
to
kind
solve.
of fucking enigma. Yeah, like, the answer is
It's
47.
a mystery.
Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. What the fuck? But what started
Anyway.
as a few sightings would go down in history as the beginnings of the Mothman legacy. On November 12th, 1966, 5 men were working in a cemetery digging a grave in Clinton, West Virginia. Yes, I know. I thought the same thing. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, Kenneth Duncan. Hey, is that a relative of yours, buddy?
No,
You know-
I don't know of any Kenneth Duncans. No,
Oh.
can't say.
Along with Bob Lovejoy, Bill Poole, Andrew Godby, and Emil Gibson, were digging a grave for Kenny's father-in-law, Homer Smith. As they were going about their task, Kenny claimed that he saw a, quote, brown human being.
Brown human being?
Dude, that sounds so terrible.
Does sound terrible.
Flying from tree to tree above them. He said that he watched this thing for over a minute, but for some stupid fucking reason, Kenny dipshit Duncan didn't think that it would be a smart idea to tell the other guys that he was with that he was witnessing the most amazing fucking life-altering thing that anyone has ever seen.
Hey, on that note-
fucking ever. Seriously,
yeah,
ever.
On that note, I kind of wonder if maybe he is a relative. Also, you're calling him a dipshit for not telling his friends about this thing that he saw.
Yeah,
and that sounds exactly
what kind
like
of fucking dipshit wouldn't tell him? You're seeing the most.
me. Remember the thing on the garage? and
Yeah, you
didn't say a
decided
word
to keep
to
it to
anybody
yourself.
else.
Like, oh, hey, there's a fucking creature up there, and it's really fucking strange and scary and creepy. I'll keep it to myself till it's gone, and then I'll tell everybody. Like, oh, and you should have seen that a few minutes ago. I remember that. Yeah.
It's hard to get a word in edgewise though with that kind of group. While they're all chatting about their random, like there's 3 people and they're telling 5 different stories, and nobody is listening to the other people.
I was telling 4 of those stories. Oh, that's fucked up, buddy.
Yeah, maybe it is a relative. I mean, it sounds exactly like me.
Now, this has become widely accepted as the first encounter with the creature. Clinton is Clinton. I mean, it's who would name a fucking town Clinton?
Hey, man, you're gonna hate that word as much as you love the word Pascagoula.
Fuck you, dude. Pascagoula. It's my favorite. Anyway, Clinton is located roughly an hour away from Point Pleasant, and it's even closer to what is known locally as the TNT area. This area was a
Is
munitions
it dynamite? It's TNT. It's dynamite.
Dynamite. TNT. Oh, don't sue me. I have no money. This area was a munitions storage site during World War II, but had since been abandoned. It's a largely forested area that is dotted with like these dome-shaped structures, commonly called igloos. The area is also riddled with miles and miles of abandoned tunnel systems, most of which have either collapsed or are filled with water now. There was a major pollution to the ecosystem due to the harmful fucking chemicals that seeped into the soil and rivers. In 1983, it was deemed one of the most polluted sites in the United States. Nowadays, a company called McClintock Wildlife Management, they encompass the entire fucking place. Like every fucking square foot.
Now,
so they bought it, and now it's all like this wildlife
preservation area or
they're
something.
Probably just preserving Mothman balls.
Now through the research, when I saw this part,
not
mothballs. When I saw this part, through the research, I thought, okay, maybe this Mothman thing is like a mutant.
Sure.
Something that got mutated because of the pollution in the area.
Again,
and then,
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I was like, okay, if this thing could possibly be real, maybe that's what it is. But throughout some of the other stories later on we'll get to, I think I came to another conclusion. But yeah, at this point in the research, I felt like maybe it's a mutant.
Okay, Vlad. Okay, Vlad, let's move on. The real popularity for our sexy little light-living beast would come 3 days later on November 15th. Two couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, were driving around midnight near the, quote, TNT area, just on the outside of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, when they claimed that they saw this is their quote, muscular, thin-framed man with wings and large hands. They also said that it had, quote, large red eyes that reflected in our headlights. I don't know why I'm like making them like this fucking like ancient novels.
Who acknowledges the size of their hands? Like the ladies in the car?
Oh, they were probably like,
did you see the size of his hands?
I bet he has a huge wiener. Oh, I'm sorry. I bet he has a huge wiener. It's West Virginia. Come on. They're Southern, right? Come on. Everybody knows that. As they were looking at this thing, they all said that they felt a strong hypnotic effect come over them. The police report says that as they were trying to drive away from the mysterious being, it began to follow them. At one point, old Roger Dodger claims that he had his 57 Chevy over 100 miles per hour, and yet somehow this thing was able to easily keep up with him.
Does a 57 Chevy go over 100 miles per hour? I'm assuming it does, but
it does.
Still,
it was a 57 Chevy Bel Air
car. Man.
It was a 57 Chevy Bel Air. I mean,
it's a nice car.
But they had big engines too.
Yeah, they suck it down.
I'm not even
30 gallons a minute.
Sucking out quarter-pound cheeseburgers, throwing the old-fashioned non-biodegradable styrofoam containers around. Ask your parents. Shut up, dude. Why are you giving me on that? Anyway, the sheriff said that he had known these kids all of their lives and that he didn't think that they would ever make something like this up. He also said that they were genuinely frightened when they came in to make their report. After getting into town, the four of them decided to go back and try to convince themselves that they had seen a large bird and nothing more. This was all just like no big fucking deal, right? As they drove back down Highway 62, they found the monster standing in the middle of the road, almost as if it had been waiting for them. As they approached, quote, it took off vertically with great speed and vanished over. I don't know why I just went fucking English. It took off vertically with great speed and it vanished over them there tree lines. Now, these folks' names are in just about every fucking story you look up about our
I'm picturing
non-feathered flying friend here. So
I don't know about those voices because I keep picturing them like the guys are in their varsity jackets and the girls in like poodle skirts. And they're driving in their 57 Chevy.
It was the late 60s. I mean, you may not be far off, honestly. I didn't really get pictures and
I did see a few pictures of them though. Yeah,
but the pictures came later,
right?
I saw those pictures as well. And they did come later. But you can even you can find their names in articles that have absolutely fucking nothing whatsoever to do with the Mothman. And like we just said, there are lots and lots of fucking pictures of these two couples. Now, as these totally honest, law-abiding, awesome people approached town, the Mothman landed and waddled, quote, kind of like a penguin into a field and disappeared.
Are you sure it's not the Penguin Man? Only he can fly. I mean,
it's like Batman was giving Penguin a lift. Why not, dude? We're in fucking crazy land. Let's just run with it,
A man-sized thing that waddles like a penguin. It's just
now one thing weird. The morning after this event, Linda Scarberry was taken to the hospital by her father, and she was admitted to the hospital for a nervous breakdown. So something was going on, and she was really, really affected by something.
Or maybe she was affected before, and her schizophrenic hallucination.
Maybe she was pregnant, and her dad was like, the fuck you are.
For an abortion.
Right. It was late 60s. Come on. Like, mid-60s. Fuck. Around 10:30 p.m. on the night of November 15th, Noel Partridge, now he's also known as Merle. Apparently there was some fucking mix-up in the newspapers or something. His name is Merle Partridge, but they were most of the reports we found like called him Noel.
Yeah.
But I think we'll go with Merle from here on out. He was hanging out with his German Shepherd, Bandit, where they was just, they was just having a couple cold ones, watch television. When all of a sudden,
cold ones with good old Bandit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
all of a sudden, I noticed that a real fine herringbone pattern appeared on my television. What the fuck? Now, at the same time, my TV set, it started making a loud, high-pitched whining noise. I know.
A herringbone pattern on his television.
I love the fact though that
noise.
he can't really describe too much, but he's like he knows what the fuck a herringbone pattern is.
Right.
Like dude must have been like a contractor or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
To know how. Well, I've seen that pattern before on a floor.
That's a goddamn herringbone pattern, motherfucker. I know what that shit is. Hey, Bandit, get me a beer. Fuck it, that's a good dog.
Yeah, it is.
He said that it, quote, sounded like a generator winding up. What's that sound like, Chuck?
I don't know.
You
Is
can't
it like,
make that
like a
noise?
wind-up generator?
Can you make that noise? Why? Or did you just do a karate chop?
The end one was an Asian
you guys
generator.
didn't see this, but when he did that, like he did a karate chop. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
Hey.
Why'd you do that?
It was an Asian generator.
It's a Kawasaki. It's a fucking prick.
Kawasaki generator.
What is wrong with you? At this point, old Bandit was on the porch and howling towards the hay barn. Now, not taking any chances, good old Merle, he grabbed his 8mm shotgun and a flashlight and went outside to check things out. When he shined the light into the field by the barn where Bandit was looking, he saw what he described to be, quote, 2 red bicycle reflectors.
Maybe he had a bicycle in the fucking barn. I forgot about that old bike.
Oh, they were looking back at him. That's what he said. Now, unfortunately, that was the last time that he ever saw Bandit alive.
Oh, poor
Or
Bandit.
Dead, for that matter. Damn. Unfortunately, the next morning, Merle went down to the barn to look for his pup, but all that he found were footprints in the mud that appeared to be like running in circles. Now, it looks like this guy chose the name, Noel Partridge. He did this to do some interviews and whatnot, write some books about his encounter, so that no one would know that he was really Merle. And like, it depends. Like some of the articles I read were like, oh, it was a mix-up in the newspapers, and that's why I kind of included it. But then, like, later ones you read, like, interviews with him, he was like, well, I was going by a pseudonym. So instead of Merle
Did he know the word pseudonym?
Yeah, that's what he said. But
did he know it started with a P?
No, he didn't. But I didn't want folks to know it was me. So, and in my head, I'm like, wait a minute. You fucking change your name from Merle Partridge to Noel Partridge? Whoa, who the fuck is Noel Partridge? I know Burl, but I don't know no Noel. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, this is a clever bastard. We're dealing with a fucking smart guy. You know what I'm saying?
Probably the smartest guy in the county.
Years later, in the early 2000s, Merle would claim that in different interviews, and these are some of the interviews I was telling you that that I watched. At one point, a huge object the size of a fucking hotel flew over his house and blacked out the sky. He would also claim that just a week after the original sighting, some random guy came to his door saying that he was driving around and looking for his son. And while they two were talking, a UFO came down and forced this old man's car into a fucking ditch. Now, I don't understand it. The shit don't make no sense.
It's a UFO hit and run.
Right. But Merle pulled the man's car out with his Jeep, and then luckily they found this dude's boy only about 200 yards away walking down the goddamn street. And supposedly the boy had no memory of how he had gotten there. Oh, yeah. He also said that the media misinterpreted what he had witnessed in his backfield when a bandit went missing, and that they weren't eyes that he had seen, but they were rotating red lights. So
it wasn't Mothman. It was a UFO.
Right. So there's that. Which
I love that angle.
I mean, in my mind, that totally solidifies this guy's credibility, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, people who see UFOs are the most credible people I've ever known.
Of course.
I mean, Jesus.
Now, those are a couple of the more, like, quote, respected reports of the sightings, but they are absolutely not the least. Well, shit, I guess this is as good a place as any to introduce. We have yet again another sponsor, guys. Whoop, whoop.
Woo-hoo!
Yay!
Hey, the more sponsors we get, the more money we don't get.
At this point, I would just be happy if we just got some like pocket lint or something. Like, they could sign
All right.
They can sign it.
All right, well, let's take this moment and I'll throw the audio in there.
Perfect. Let it roll, brother.
Awesome.
Well, hi there. The name's Rory McBumblebutt. I'd like to invite you to come on down to Rory McBumblebutt's House of Buns. Do you like wet buns? We've got wet buns. Perhaps you enjoy dry buns. We've got those too. Maybe you prefer buns somewhere in the middle. Well, good news, my friend. We've also got moist buns. We've got honey buns as well as sticky buns. We've got the best sausage around, and if you like, we can stuff our sausage inside your buns. Or, if you'd rather, you can stuff your own sausage inside of our buns. So come on down to Rory McBumblebutt's House of Buns, and remember, we don't want none unless you've got buns.
All right, guys. Well, there you go. Rory McBumblebutt's House of Buns, man. Anytime I want some sausage stuffed in some sticky buns, I go to Rory's.
I really enjoy sausage in the sticky buns.
It is fucking
It's
delicious, brother.
delicious.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, back to the show.
put on your crayon-eating helmets, because, boy, some of these,
Get ready to lick some windows.
yeah, these are a little special. They're a little different, you know.
Like you. My special friend over here.
Right.
Wait, the special friend is not right. So anyway, I got one for you.
Oh, all right. What you got, buddy?
So on some random night in November of 1966.
Yeah, I love vague facts.
I do.
Everybody knows that.
There were so many vague facts in this case.
I know. We're gonna mention that again.
Yes, but okay, this is a random night, November 1966.
Okay.
Bob Bosworth.
Oh,
and-
like the Boz?
like the boss. Who's the boss?
Brian Bosworth? Dude, he was a football player turned action fucking hero in the 80s?
No, I don't know.
Oh my.
Is that a
Ask your parents. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll have to ask my parents again for this reference. Shit.
damn
All right, Bob Bosworth.
Brian Bosworth.
Brian Bob. No, this is Bob Bosworth, not Brian. Okay, and Alan Coates were riding around on Alan's motorcycle, the two of them together, just back to back on that motorcycle.
They were probably
Just-
bareback.
They're riding around on Alan's motorcycle.
Okay.
Ask me where they were riding at.
Fine. Okay. Where were they riding at, Chuck?
Osaka, Japan.
What the fuck does that got to do?
Yeah, Osaka, Japan. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They were out in the TNT area. Yeah, just driving through the TNT area.
What?
Yeah.
Dude,
Did I
it
throw
would
you
be
for a
so
loop
much
there?
better. They were
Osaka,
fucking
Japan.
Osaka, Japan. They were like, and I seen the Mothman.
Seen the Mothman.
We was making out we was riding on my motorcycle. Oh, I'm sorry. Move on.
All right, so they were in the TNT area. As they approached the abandoned North Power Plant, they claimed that they saw two big red eyes staring down at them from the roof.
Now, what? Okay. Driving down the road
Mhm.
on a motorcycle, and you're like, boy, up there on top of that fucking 3-story building looks like two red eyes staring out at me, right?
Right? It could be anything.
How many fucking times, though, have you been driving your motorcycle, driving a car, whatever, you're going down the road, and you're like, boy, that looks like two eyes on top of that giant fucking building over there.
That's two eyes over there. I mean,
The
you
fuck
see,
outta
you see
here.
red lights on top of buildings all the time.
I'm not trying to shit on your story, but, dude, I'm shitting on your story.
Yeah. So they saw the two big red eyes staring down at them. So these guys, they decide that their best move would be to lift up the front of the bike and shine the headlights up there, to see what was up there, get a better look at what was on the
How'd that
roof.
work out for?
No, oddly enough, the bike was too heavy for these two numbnuts to lift up. Like, come on, buddy, lift harder.
Push like I mean pull, in, out. Wait, no, this is all wrong. If I squeeze my rectum a little tight, there we go.
So yeah, too heavy. So as they're looking around, they see a 7-foot-tall creature lurking in the shadows.
Oh, wow.
As they got closer, it walked across broken glass and got within 6 feet
Okay,
of
so
the
I'm
super
guessing at
sleuths.
this point they were like, well, we can't lift the motorcycle headlight
Let's
up.
go
We better go
inside
inside,
and see
check
what
her
this
out.
is. Yeah.
That's right.
So they're
we gonna
inside.
catch this son of a bitch.
Like the Scooby-Doo gang, some super
Right.
sleuths.
Boy, so winks.
Redneck Scooby-Doo.
Like the winks.
All right, so as they walked
Jankies.
across the broken glass, they got within 6 feet of this thing.
Okay. All
So they
right. So they're
described
pretty
it-
fucking close, right?
Yeah, that's close enough to throw a rocket. I don't know. Anyway, that's close enough to feel its breath.
I thought you were going to say breast. But okay.
I guess you can do that
Moving
too
on.
if you like. So they described it as having very broad shoulders, and its head looked like it was sitting on its shoulders. No neck, but it's just sitting there like an upside down U. It didn't have a neck. It had a U.
Why do I feel like an Italian just assaulted me? Hey, an upside down you.
Bobby the Cobb Bosworth yelled out, "I want to shoot it!" He reached into his pocket.
Did he have a gun?
No, neither one of them had a gun. Nope. Eventually, the creature turned around and walked out onto the decaying catwalks. As it did this, the two yokels supposedly yelled out and they said, "Hey, man, it's dangerous. You're going to fall."
Hey, man, it ain't no good.
It's no good. You're going to fall off the ass. It's going to fall out from under you. Here's what I'm wondering. 1 minute, they're threatening to shoot it. The next minute, they're giving it
I'll
warning.
kill you. And it turns to fucking run away. And they're like, wait a minute. Don't get hurt. Dude, this shit is fucking gold.
After they yelled, "It's gonna fall! You're gonna fall!" The next thing they knew, they heard what sounded like giant wings flapping, and it was gone.
Are you sure it wasn't the two of them just like jerking off on each other?
Is that what wings sound like too?
I don't know. Have you ever heard fucking giant Mothman wings?
No.
Maybe it does. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, maybe he was in the background.
The next one I found on November 27th, 18-year-old Connie Carpenter was driving home around 10:30 a.m. Now this is during the day,
Yeah.
right? 10:30 a.m.
Right and early.
Right. As she passed the old Mason County Golf Course outside of New Haven, West Virginia. Now, funny story. Back in the late 1800s, there was a battle between the old Mason County Golf Course and the new Mason County Golf Course.
No shit.
Yeah, not too many people know about this, but the title of the battle was when the new Mason County soldiers ran out of cactus juice wine spritzers, and the old Mason County troops ran through them like a case of sliders after a long night at the bar. Ask anybody from the Midwest. They'll let you know exactly how quickly those sliders run through you after a late night.
Especially after a night of cactus juice wine spritzers.
Anyway, as she was driving, she saw what she described as a 7-foot tall man-like figure that had glowing red hypnotic eyes. She was so entranced by them that she almost ran her car off the road. At that point, it unfurled 10-foot wings and shot straight up into the air. Then it dive-bombed towards her car. Now, as she accelerated, the creature buzzed the top of her car and was gone. Connie raced home. Shortly after, she developed conjunctivitis.
Yeah, really?
Yep.
Conjunctivitis.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Mothman gave her
Mothman
pink eye.
gave her the
Pink eye.
pink eye, yeah. Gave her the stink eye. Pink eye.
Stink eye would have been better than pink eye. I guess maybe he shit on the car as he was flying.
And it
over.
splattered in her. If you get the stink eye, you often end up with the pink eye.
That's true. I watched that movie. No, you are. Moving on. So most of the reports are actually extremely vague, and again, you guys know how much I fucking love vague details, but I mean, fuck it. We'll mention some of them anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I mean, dude,
so
like,
vague.
yeah, seriously, like, you could, we spent fucking hours and hours combing through this shit, and I mean, they're just endless. Like, the heading will go, 4 women, and you pull it up, and like, 4 women saw a winged creature on December 12th.
Ostrich-like bird.
Yeah. People were saying like it would look like an ostrich. Oh, I swear it did. I don't.
English again.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, they made some fish and chips and bangers and mash. Are they? I don't know. What the fuck? Get out of here. Oh. Get out of here, English guy.
Yeah, so these are like a random mailman saw a very large bird creature in flight. That sounds credible.
Right.
Same day as that, another report came from 2 adults
That
saying
was the
that
quote,
they had
2
seen-
adults?
Yeah, 2 adults.
Just random 2 adults.
Yeah, any 2 adults, no names. We tried to look as much as we could. But
We
the
did.
report
We
says
dug and
2
dug.
adults, and they saw a huge man-like gray figure with glowing red eyes. And that one, sometimes they don't even mention it had wings or
Right.
It's just,
No, just-
man-like. It was a
blah, 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 blah. Another super credible account came from quote 4 women that said that they had seen a man-shaped flying creature with glowing red eyes, brownish and silver in coloration. I like that one.
Yeah.
Brownish and silver. Like, I'm not sure how well that
Brownish
mixes.
and silver. That's weird.
That's very.
So how about
So it's George Clooney, like young George Clooney.
So it's young George Clooney,
Yeah, brownish silver. Come on, like he had hair. Like, get out of here. Move on.
and he's wearing a doctor's lab coat.
That's right. He's going, well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to check your anus. No, not your butthole, the planet. And he leaves, like, just randomly. He, like, pulls a telescope out.
We don't know what disease this is. I have to check your anus. Pull out the telescope.
Leaves, goes outside. That's fucking great, dude. Oh, shit.
So how about the report from 2 women who said they saw a shadowy figure with glowing red eyes?
Okay, even better. There's a report from a quote, man and male child. I swear to God, that's what it is. Man and male child. They said they saw a man-shaped gray figure which quickly flew overhead. Like, honestly, this is so idiotic, dude. Honestly, I can't possibly take any of these fuckers seriously. Like, this is some of the most ignorant bullshit I've ever heard. It blows my mind that these fuckers have been able to make any money from these ridiculous books with all these so-called first-hand accounts. And trust me, there are fucking hundreds of
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna make up my own shit and hopefully I sell 1 million copies.
Dude, we're gonna write a book like tomorrow.
Right.
Mothman made me pregnant, and I'm a guy. You don't understand alien science. Oh shit! Now we're going to move on to a whole different level of what the fuck when it comes to these sightings. Like, for starters, we're going to go back to our good buddy Merle. You guys remember how he said that the media misinterpreted what he had said and how it wasn't eyes at all, but
Aliens.
It was a fucking
aliens.
Goddamn alien. Ancient alien. You some bitch.
He had giant stone balls.
Well, boy, we got a nice throwback, brother. Hell yeah. We've got a treat for you guys. Buckle up, weirdos. This shit is, oh boy, just a little bit out there.
A little
bit. These are a few of the, I don't know, shall we say, otter reports? Not otter. Otter.
Picture a little
more odd reports, fucker. Little otters with like fucking monocles and fucking little like notepads and like reporter hats with a feather in it, like says press. You know?
Otter Welcome to the Otter Report.
Welcome to the Otter Report. We'd like to go down into the dam, and then we went down into the dam, and there was structure, and there were a bunch of beavers, and the beavers they had a bunch of pelts, and the middle of the fucking beavers they all gave us pussy. Oh, just wait. It gets better.
Excuse me.
Also on November 2nd, a man named Woodrow Derenberger. Burger? Derenberger?
I would say burger. To me,
Yeah, I mean, who
To
wants
me,
a
it's always a
Derenberger?
hard-
I
hard
prefer
G.
a Derenberger.
you prefer
Those
a
are
hard
tasty.
G.
Oh, you're damn right. That's a gluteus maximus, in case you guys are wrong. He claimed that he was driving from Marietta, Ohio, in a red panel truck to his home in Mineral Wells, Ohio, when a strange dark gray craft that was 30 to 35 feet long was hovering only about 8 to 10 inches off the ground. Now, that's fucking impressive. Now, okay, I know right now you guys are going, the fuck does this have to do with Mothman?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what it has to do with Mothman is every single fucking report we found that had anything to do with Mothman included this fucking lunatic.
Yeah, and just like Merle before him,
Exactly.
it was a craft and not the Mothman's red eyes.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
And this all happened in the same part of the country, small little county, at the same time,
Right.
Within a month, several months of time.
Well, hold on. Now, Woodrow here was a traveling fucking sewing machine salesman. So, I mean, his credibility is through the roof.
And his
Wah,
career
wah.
trajectory, just, he's going to be a Brazilianaire one of these days.
Like he's going to be bald. And he's definitely not headed for a divorce.
Nope.
No way. He claimed that the craft landed on the road, forcing him to stop. At this point, a figure appeared out of the side of the craft and approached his vehicle. Woodrow said that the being telepathically told him to roll down his window, and he did so without thinking. While the two of them were having this crazy fucking out of this world conversation, the craft lifted up around 75 feet in the air and just hovered and waited.
Now, why would it leave the guy there to talk and then come back?
Hey, man,
later
give us
on
some
or whatever?
privacy. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I gotta go talk to this guy. You drive around the parking
guys,
lot.
drive around the block. I'm gonna go talk to this chick. Drive around the block. That's what it sounds. Now this wacko said that the being asked him several questions. Now through telepathy, obviously, such as like who he was and where he lived. Now this is just one asshole's opinion, like mine. But if these fuckers had just traversed the galaxy, shouldn't they know his fucking address?
You would
His
think
name
like,
and shit.
they
They're
don't
like,
have
we came
GPS,
from
like-
trillions of fucking light years away. What's your name again?
They can pinpoint the Earth in the Milky Way galaxy
Right.
from some other galaxy.
Not only there, but West Point, fucking Virginia,
Right.
you know, or fucking Mineral Wells, Ohio,
Right.
You know. But I forgot. Sorry. Anyway, Woody the fucktard said that he was scared, but he answered all of the questions without hesitation, verbally,
Verbally.
out loud,
Out loud. Yeah.
with his voice.
Even though he's being spoken to telepathically.
Right. He's like, Woody. My name is Woody.
It's strange. His mouth never moved. Now, when I read this story, I kind of speculated that maybe he's drunk, and this guy comes up and like, "Stop riding my ass, you idiot!" And then
Or
he's like, "His mouth never moved."
He's like fucking hitting a fucking like tree, and he's just steady gunning it. And somebody knocks on the window. Hey man, you all right? He's like,
Yeah.
dude, this alien's mouth never moved at all. I don't know, but it wrecked my car for me.
It stopped me. I didn't die.
The so-called alien said that his name was get this, guys, Cold.
Cold.
Yep,
That's
that
great.
was his name. Cold.
To me, this all starts to fit in together here. I love this part because this is where my theory comes together.
Cold claimed he was a searcher.
A searcher, yeah.
Yes. Supposedly, this asshole named a couple of random cities, and then the craft came back down and, quote, Cold.
He was searching for something.
He went back inside, at which point the craft took off with great speed. I mean, what a fucking wacko, dude. Like,
I'm an alien named Cold, and I'm searching for something.
oh, but he did leave him with these words, we'll be back for you.
I don't think that's right.
Hey, guess what? Woody, he died.
He did?
Yeah, the aliens didn't come back for him.
They never came back.
No.
So it wasn't like Cocoon.
Okay, ask your fucking parents, dude. What the fuck? Talking about outdated references, dude. My God. Fuck you. What the fuck? That's messed up, dude. You always give me shit. You're gonna talk about Cocoon? The fuck, dude? I guarantee there's not almost nobody listening to this has ever heard of that movie. Nobody. And there was like 3 of them.
I've barely heard about it.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Oh,
but
enough
I
to
know
make
what
the
it
reference.
is.
Right. Okay. Fast forward to March 5th, 1967. A man named Bo Schertzer. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, Schertzer. He was a big aficionado of shirts.
Yeah, shirts are.
Yes. And his
Schertzer.
friend, now his friend was only identified as, quote, female nurse. And we looked fucking everywhere trying to find this nurse's name. Like, we looked so much that we started finding links for, that had the word Mothman in it that talked about a fucking clan of alien vampires.
And why did it talk about a clan of alien vampires?
You're going to find out. Bo and, quote, random nurse had been going around all day in what they called their blood mobile, collecting blood donations for the Red Cross. Sometime that night, the two were driving along Route 2 when they, quote, sensed something watching them. When they looked out the windows, and I'm not sure where the fuck they were looking before they looked out the windows, but
Who's driving around not looking out the windows?
Like, sure, why not? Like, you're just like looking at your fucking pants, like,
It's not
"Ooh,
like they had cell
these
phones back
khakis
then.
are nice.
Driving around looking at their cell phones.
Right.
This is 1966.
No self-driving Tesla. No, they're just like in the fucking bloodmobile. Like,
In the
I
bloodmobile.
drive looking at the floor.
Instead of bloodmobile, I prefer wagon of
Maybe these were the
sanguine
guys
fluid.
that actually hit fucking drunk Woody. You know? Hey, some big kid. He did a moon to my aliens.
Man, he has a problem. You can't understand a word that guy says.
Oh man. Well, between the alcohol and the chaw. Ting! Ding! They saw a large glowing white object rise up slowly from a wooded hill, and now, according to their account, it rose up from the hill and then it mysteriously hovered a few feet above their vehicle. Now, don't bother trying to find any more info on how the fuck the thing went from the wooded hill to directly over the Bloodmobile, because there's not a fucking thing about it. Basically, they're like, yeah, it rose up from them wooded hill over there, and then boom, it was over our vehicle. It was trying to molest me
with those metal hands.
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet. But we will. At this point, they claim that they saw two claw-like extensions reaching down like they were trying to grab the Bloodmobile. Yes, Chuck, I'm going to say Bloodmobile as many fucking times as I possibly can. You understand? I'm going to say Bloodmobile as many times as I can.
As I said earlier, I've been referring to it as the wagon of sanguine fluid.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
Have you been reading my thesaurus?
Yes.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, you left it in the bathroom.
Office bathrooms, public property. Anyway, Bo the tampon shirts are accelerated, but the goddamn alien vampires were able to keep up with ease. Luckily, some traffic started to approach from the opposite direction, and the craft retracted its claws and took off.
Did you call him Bo the tampon? I'm a little late to the game.
He's out collecting blood.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it. All right.
How many times I got to tell you guys? I'm 12. I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. I can't help it. That's what I do. I don't know. You know what's odd, though, is that not one fucking person that was in that, quote, flow of traffic from the other direction collaborated their story.
Yeah, nobody ever
came forward and was like, I saw the Bloodmobile and there was these giant claw-like motherfucking things. They was trying to take the Bloodmobile. And I was like, you can't have my blood. You gonna clone me. I don't want to eat no clone. That's a devil.
There's an alien planet out there with clones of everybody who's ever lived
from West Virginia. No, just from West Virginia.
Just that county.
Oh my heck! The Hatfields and McCoys are back, motherfucker.
Damn, dude.
Now I know what you weirdos are thinking. How the fuck did we go from Mothman to aliens? Well, buckle the fuck up, because this is the fucking icing on the popsicle, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you saw that movie.
Yep.
Hey, go to www.pornisgross.com. No, don't go there. I don't even know if that's a real website. On May 19th, around 10:30 p.m., Brenda Stone was driving with a friend on Route 62 near the TNT area. Now, apparently, every single fucking road in West Point passes this area at some point or another.
Imagine
you cannot go in, out, around, or anywhere near Point Pleasant, West Virginia without going by the TNT area.
Yeah, every road leads to the TNT area.
Exactly.
For some reason, it sounds like such a backwoods area, but there's thousands of roads apparently.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Like you look at a map and it's just like thousands of fucking roads. Oh, it's ridiculous. As they were driving along, they claimed that they saw a large winged creature fly straight up out of the trees to meet with a UFO. They said that the thing had two glowing red eyes and that the craft was illuminated with a red glow. As the creature met with the alien vampires, it shot off to the north and disappeared.
See, it's great. This is where my theory comes in, okay?
All right, what's your theory, buddy?
All right, now bear with me here. Okay.
I'm going to try.
So this Mothman is being seen around, okay?
Right.
Then this guy Cold, this alien searcher.
Well, of course.
He pops in, and he's like searching for something.
What's he searching for?
He's searching for his kid's pet.
Oh.
It's the Mothman, right?
Oh.
And so here's what I think. Any sighting that happens after of May 1967,
right?
Complete bullshit.
Okay.
Because Brenda Stone saw the Mothman return to the ship and go home.
Obviously. Oh my God, how did I miss this?
Yeah, he was a searcher. He was searching for his kid's pet.
So where did the alien vampire clan come in?
They went to the north, so apparently they live in
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus land. Sure. They live in the Arctic. Yeah.
So it's official. Chuck has solved the mystery. Mothman is Santa Claus.
Mothman is Santa Claus. I love the way you put all those strings together.
I mean, you laid out the fucking facts. I just had to fucking read it. You know? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Now, looking back at all this, Mothman and Santa Claus. I love it, dude. Like, fucking, the aliens ourselves. How the fuck else do you think he gets up and down the goddamn
Mothman
chimney?
is their pet. They just blew their.
So who's Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is.
So Santa Claus. Oh, the aliens are the elves, and Mothman is one of the reindeer. Their pet.
There you go. That'll work.
Oh my god! Looking back at all of this, I feel like it's a good time to let everyone know that almost all of these so-called witnesses, they were all related in some way or another. Some of them were actually like family, whether it be like sisters, brothers, aunts, or cousins. The ones that weren't like technically quote related are almost all connected.
It is a small town. I feel like everybody's
Exactly.
related.
Well, it's almost like ancient English. Aristocracy? How the fuck you say that?
That's the right way to say it.
Been reading the thesaurus.
You got it.
Woo! Anyway, they're all just interbred.
Inbreds.
Some of them have been besties since the second grade, or maybe their dads like bowled on the same league or something. Another odd thing is that some of the same people that made the original sighting reports were actually involved in later sightings as well. Like, you remember the Scarberries and the Mallets, right?
Yeah, I remember. I remember
right?
one of the first reports that made the news.
That was the first one that kind of kickstarted everything, they were supposedly witnesses to at least 3 different sightings with other people, and the other people were the ones that came forward, and their names were mentioned, but they left the other ones out. Like, we don't want the same motherfuckers saying the same story, but even though they were with them, we're just going to mention the people that weren't part of that original story. So it's kind of fucked up, right?
They returned with their friends to show them where it happened, and saw it again.
Right, but now it's like this random man and male child, whatever, random married man, whatever. In my mind, and I'm not trying to speak for you, buddy, but like, this was nothing more than misidentification and mass hysteria.
I still think it was an alien's pet. Yeah, that's what they were searching for.
I kind of think it was probably alien Lady Gaga.
Alien Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Don't sue Chris.
Don't sue me, Lady Gaga, Stephanie, whatever your last name is. Anyway, now one thing that does stand out is the fact that since 1967, there have been reports for several disasters. For instance, in September of 1978, there were reported sightings near a mine in Freiburg, Germany. Oh my heck, I'm so happy you guys invited me to come and speak with you. I have been wanting to come and say hello. And no, we do not have tiny Venus. Even though Chris seems to think we do not have the tiny Venus. But we were all working in these mines in Freiburg, Germany, and there was all of these weird fucking sightings, and it was very strange. It made my Vena very small. He got very scared. What were we talking about? Get out of here! Get out, you fucking Nazi! Some bitch! God, Chuck, why did you just let that guy walk in?
I didn't let him in. You're the one that left the door to the studio unlocked.
I had to pee. God. Oh, my God. Sorry, guys. Anyway, all of the workers were too unnerved to go into the mine after several of these sightings. And on the same day that they all refused to go into the mine, it collapsed. And had they been inside, it could have potentially killed every single fucking one of them. So that's kind of crazy, In April of 1986, the Mothman was supposedly spotted for several weeks over a small Russian town. This town would become known as the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. Now, another supposed omen from our sometimes feathered, sometimes not, sometimes alien vampire, sometimes not friend happened over the course of roughly 6 days. On September 5th, 2001, some tourists were taking pictures as they were strolling around New York City. According to them, they caught the super sexy beast in several of their photos. And like, you can see these photos, and to me, they look obviously photoshopped. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe they're not, maybe they are, but I honestly...
I don't know, man. That's pretty credible photos, man. Do you know how to use Photoshop?
Okay. I'm pretty sure we don't have to tell you guys what happened on September 11th.
No, those photos.
2001.
It's like those Lizard Man photos when Lizard Man said,
"Hey,
that's not a photo of me."
You leave him out of it.
Remember?
I swear.
Remember, Lizard Man said, "That's not a picture of me."
Dude, I got excited. I thought you were going to surprise me. He was going to come in and say hello.
No, he's practicing his drum lines for this weekend's concert.
Well, you tell him I said hello.
All right, I will.
All right, tell him he's got to come visit us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
miss the
yeah.
guy. I truly believe that some of these folks actually saw something, and it scared the living shit out of them. I also believe that most of these assholes just saw all of the attention that was being generated and decided that they wanted a piece of the action. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, after all of the research that we've done, that I think that the Mothman is real. But I will say that I think, just for tonight, buddy, I'm going to turn off my ridiculously large bug zapper.
That's a pretty good idea because, like, if Mothman's real, you don't want to kill his ass. Plus, the last time I left here,
It got your wiener,
it
didn't it?
It did. Yeah, I still got a little bit of like a burn mark on the side of it.
Consider it a tattoo. A tattoo of love.
It's gonna be scarification. I'm gonna have an extra. It's ribbed for her pleasure.
Wow, dude. Well, maybe it's like a steak. A tube steak. Oh, no.
Tube steak.
Ask your parents. Remember, an open mind leads to endless possibilities. Join us next time for another piece of weird candy.